Have you ever wondered, could a player play every single position competently in his career? We've all heard the players that have switched positions, changed it up over the years, but never a player that can literally do it all. That's why I want to find out today, can you actually train a player into every single position possible in FIFA 21 career mode? Can he just possess every single position in his arsenal? Because we're going to be training them into the most versatile player the world has ever seen, the game has ever seen. And what better of a candidate to do it than at Stade where we can use Mr. EDUARDO Kamavinga. He's the golden boy, the shining bright future in France's midfield. He's tearing up Ligue 1 and he starts off just as a centre mid. He's got no other position, so we're going to have to start from scratch. He's only 17, so we've got plenty of time to train him into as many different positions as we possibly see fit. And considering he's actually a central midfielder, it's actually a pretty strategical pick because it's quite a balanced option. Just having central midfielder has a license to train into positions going forward and can also be used in defense. I don't know, it's just my hunch, it's what I'm thinking. So let's check out his development plan. We have to train him up into 13 different positions. Yes, that's right, he's going to fit into every single position by the end of this video. Let's hope so. Let's hope we don't run out of time. We're not going to focus on any of the growth presets, just focusing on the position aspects, and the quickest position we can train him into right now is a CDM. Just takes 2 weeks, so that'll probably be the first one on the bucket list. I'll keep you guys updated into what position he's training, how long it's going to take, and when he can actually shift over and transition into it. But for now, we're starting off slow. We're ticking the easy ones off the list. Because look at this, he can train into a right wing back for 16 weeks. Transforming into a striker, it's going to take 139. So nothing too drastic. We're not seeing the 500, 400 week type scenarios we've seen in some other videos. You what? As one of the highest rated talents in this team and in the midfield, he's guaranteed game time. With good form, with dynamic potential on his side, hopefully it just speeds up the training process a little bit. We're going to have to find out. I'm here for the journey. I'm here for the ride. But for now, let's start off this Kamavinga journey, making him the most versatile player the game has ever seen.
Listen, I need you all to subscribe to BCHD and help him reach 100,000 before 2021. Word is on the street, he is the best FIFA creator of all time. That's the word on the street. The B said so.
It's been 2 weeks for the Frenchman, Eduardo. How's his development plan getting on? And we can change position just like that. He is now a CDM, can play at both CDM and centre mid. So the next position on the hunt, we can retrain him back into a centre midfielder, which is kind of weird. You know what? This is probably going to take a bit longer than I first thought. So we're going for the cam position. I feel like he can transition rather nicely. 65 weeks, pretty much the rest of the season, maybe leading into season 2. Center attacking midfielder is his next destination. Let's see if he gets there. Now we're halfway through the season. It's been some time, but we've now got an update on Kamavinga's position, and he's now changed from a CDM to a cam. We're going to confirm the change again, and now that is 2 positions down, CDM and cam, both in his arsenal, we have to now pick what is going to be his next option. If we go further up the pitch, it's going to be 89 weeks transferring him to a striker. What I'm thinking, I might knock out the left mid and right mid spots, you know, just slowly work our way up. 10 weeks on right mid, 20 weeks in total. That is probably the remainder of this season, to be fair. So we can knock off 2 more positions before season 1 is over and get Kamavinga into some more training regimes. What I think also helps is that he's in good form and he's got high morale. So in terms of development plans and the ETAs, it just lowers the weeks and waiting time. He's in the right environment to pursue this challenge. It's going to be a long grind still. The graft is going to have to be put in on the training pitch. I really think he's the man for the job. Yet another position type ticked off the list. We'll convert him into a left midfielder now, and now the next position I'm looking for is a right mid. It's only going to take 2 weeks this time. We could possibly complete even more position changes before season 1 is even over. And look at the defense. He could turn into a center back in 9 weeks now that he's a left midfielder. This is, okay, these numbers are doing my brain in, because how is that even possible? Back when he was originally a CDM and take him longer to convert into a center back, it still takes a similar time for him to convert into a winger or a striker. So maybe as he learns and adapts more positions, the easier it is for him to transform into other positions. Right now you can see those are the different positions we've trained him into. Just remember, he can only hold 4 in his arsenal, so he can't go beyond those 4 positions. So it's going to be consistently chopping and changing every time we check up on him. You best believe that this is only the beginning. A new formation to specifically accommodate his brand new left midfield position as Kamavinga starts out on the left. I'm really ecstatic with this kid's progress so far this season. It's the right midfielder. We can now convert and change his his position. There we go. We've covered basically every midfielder role, so I guess the only way is forward. Or do we take advantage of him being able to really just slot into any specific place in defense? 2-week right wing back transformation. You know what? I'm all up for that. Let's check off these little milestones and get these ones out the way. As we only have 8 more positions to train him into, we're on course to finishing this within 5 seasons. From a right mid to a right wing back, it is time to now convert him again. For the 5th time this season, he changes positions, and Kamavinga now as a right wing back. It would be most logical to train him into a right back, but centre back's going to take 24 weeks. Left back and left wing back are going to be short as well, so I think he can master every single defensive position before the season is over. So right back is the next target. As we dwindle towards the end of the first campaign, we couldn't manage to train him up into a right back in time. It is going to take another 3 weeks, so hopefully at the start of season 2, he can be converted once more, and he is on the cusp of being one of the most versatile teenagers in world football, if not the most dynamic and adaptable player in the game. What a first season it's been for him, playing literally in every single department. 39 appearances, 2 goals and 4 assists for our ever-changing Eduardo Camavinga. He's transforming into something new every single week, and he's dealing with the pressure and the workload quite convincingly. We all predicted it, we saw it coming. It's Kamavinga converted at the start of season 2 to a fully fledged right back. As we change his position, what's our next point of attack? We're probably gonna have to go centre back at 13 weeks. I'm liking the quick development in terms of defense. Once we turn him into an all-out defender, it is going to be so hard to retrain him as an attacker. As you can see there, 91 weeks to train into a striker. We've got those big challenges and obstacles ahead. We're gonna be given that starting position as a centre back just so he can play there and get that game time he needs to develop. Rugani and Kamavinga are centre back partners. That's probably something you never thought you were gonna see in this video, but here we are. It's clear as day. The media, they're questioning our decisions. It's fake news reporting, Sir BCHD. Just trust the process, lads. What's the future for Kamavinga? It's a race around the world in training to figure out how many positions he can play and how quickly he can train into all of them. Well, instead of 10 weeks, it took 4. So increased rapid development. It's accelerated stuff here for Kamavinga. From a right back to a centre back, we slowly transition over to the left side of the pitch. Left back's only going to take 2 weeks, and I'm pretty sure left wing back's only going to take another 2. So within another month, we're going to have 2 more positions checked off the list, and our next plan of attack is to move him entirely forward up the pitch. I don't know, is it kind of sus that from a centre back he can train into a right winger within 6 weeks and a centre forward within 9, but it takes him 65 weeks to train into a striker position. Left winger is also 6 as well. In terms of time frame, considering the fact that he's so young, he's so adaptable, and I'm glad we chose him. Just to prove that all the positions are in fact taking effect on his profile, and all the old ones are slowly getting deleted away. He's a centre back, right wing back, and a right mid. He's in good form, he's got happy morale, so I can only expect his performance and growth to accelerate. Maybe he's achieving these milestones so quickly because we've got it on training every single day, but I'm about to switch that off because some of our players are starting to get pissed now. I'm going to get sacked if the morale continues to go down, and we don't want that happening after all our progress. Just to speed up the defensive process a little bit more, I just skipped over the left back. We've now gone from left back successfully to a left wing back within the space of a couple of weeks. What he's going to have to concentrate on next, we've gone from the entire midfield to defense. Now we're working our way back up. We're going to go for a centre forward / striker. As a winger and a centre forward, he's going to take 56 weeks no matter what, and as a striker, he's going to take 171. So let's hope after a season or so, he can get centre forward down pat, and it'll just be easier for him to transition into the other attacking options. He already possesses those high work rates, and his stats are really looking so well rounded. He's a G in defense. He's also improving in attack simultaneously with his centre forward training. Our dream, the experiment, is only 4 more positions away from being complete, and we are just only still in season 2. In terms of his stats this season, from centre back / left back, he's had 15 appearances with 1 assist to his name. He's gone up a +2, and in terms of the stats that have actually improved, it's like a ball control, crossing, curve, short passing, and dribbling. Throughout this ludicrous training regime, we are probably molding one of the most well-rounded players in world football. All these stats are going to be green by the time we're done. Now, these are the kind of messages I love to wake up to in the morning. We've got a personal inbox from Eduardo Camavinga saying, "Hi boss, I know people have been talking about the position you're playing me in. I just wanted to say, I'm ready to do whatever's necessary to make us successful. That is the type of elite mentality I'm after. I'm happy to play as a forward. If that is part of your plan, that's exactly what has been part of our plan from the get-go. You'll do it for me, son." You got to applaud this kid. He's got the right mindset to go about it, and that is what a true professional is made of. We all thought it was going to be a long haul, a stretch to reach that centre forward position, but from left wing back to centre forward, it is is Kamavinga. Whoever's coming up with these ETAs, stick to the day job because we have converted him in the space of half a season to a center forward, and now he is a fully fledged attacker with a 12-week transition period. I think the key factor is that he's 19, he's young, he can transfer into any position. You can't really be doing this with a plus 28-year-old, let's say. From a center forward to a striker takes 88, that is nearly 2 seasons. I mean, he's defied the odds every other time, so let's go for one last big push to a striker. We can quickly tick off right wing and left wing in the future. This one is going to be his biggest test to date. He's been deployed as a center forward, now we've changed him up into a striker for the second half of the season. That is how he's been lining up with the team. As we go over into his performances, he actually hasn't scored a goal this season, so as a center forward, he hasn't really shown too much attacking prowess. In the front line, he's only managed 2 assists with 38 appearances. He's getting the game time with a +4 to his overall from a 79 to an 83 rating. He has a whole jumbled up mix of positions from a center forward to left wing back to left back to center back. He's been through the trenches. He knows what it's all about in training. He's in some poor form, which isn't exactly what you love to see. Pretty much all of his stats besides volleys, free kick accuracies and penalties aren't green. Now valued at only a measly £48 million, you'd expect a player that can play anywhere on the pitch. He is literally priceless. He transcends financial value as we sign him up on a brand new contract. He still has 3 last positions to tick off, and this last striker role is really proving to be something else because 126 weeks, yes, I know he's in bad form. Someone explained this to me, but in season 3, there's just going to be laser focus for the striker conversion. You know what? Let's test him. Up against the best, they have a Coupe Nationale final. Going head to head with PSG, it's probably going to be a tough ask, but let's see if Kamavinga can get his first goal of the season. And no, it's not to be, as it's a 2-0 loss to the Parisians. Alright then, change of plan. Striker was taking way too long. Change him to a left winger now. Let's see if that impacts his striker ETA. We're going to check it up, and it's still going to take 184 weeks from left wings. With a snap of our fingers now, he is fully converted into every single position besides one. On the pitch, he's literally a jack of all trades, master of none, but the one last position we need him to master is striker. 177 weeks is on the clock. We're going to have to spend maybe 2-3 more seasons worth of simulating, and in order to say we've trained Eduardo Kamavinga into every position possible. Stade Rennais with a Kamavinga training regime like no other, 3 seasons later, and they have overthrown PSG to be French champions on top of the table. Ligue 1, Uber Eats sees them collect 95 points. PSG in second, but they have become French champions, and Kamavinga gets to add a bit of silverware to his collection. In the Coupe Nationale, they didn't make it to the final. I believe they got knocked down in the quarterfinals, 2-0 to Bordeaux. In the Europa League, they made it all the way to the final, and a second piece of silverware, which was European, was up for grabs, and it's Man City who took them out 2-1. But what a heroic performance, what a road to the final, and that has just shown how far they have come. For the third campaign, here is Eduardo Kamavinga's stats, playing a right winger, left winger, center forward, and left wing back. The 20-year-old now 87 overall, +4 to his rating. He managed to get a run out 33 times and scored 5 goals and 2 assists, so much more output is needed for an attacking player like him in the final third. I guess his defensive capabilities and maybe it's his high defensive work rate is just holding him back, but he's nowhere near being the MVP because Mbai Niang is just a Senegalese weapon up front. It's green, it's dark green everywhere you look. Volleys, free kick accuracy and penalties are all getting worked on. No doubt there is going to be improvements made there, but he's literally the perfect player. His financial value skyrocketed 97% and he's valued at £81 million. In terms of development, the update for his striker position, a current ETA of 114 weeks. Another 2 more seasons should see this one out. If we don't run into any more complications, let's cross our fingers. Stade Rennais with Kamavinga leading the line have done it again, going back to back in Ligue 1 with 99 points, nearly being Centurions and nearly getting that Invincibles title, but yet again, it's another French championship to their name with Stade de Reims finishing in the top 4. They took down Olympique Lyon 3-2 in a 5-goal thriller in the Trophée des Champions. They did in fact go all the way with a French treble to their name in the Coupe Nationale. It was a 2-1 victory over Lyon again, clutching it to get yet another piece of silverware. It was a decent run in the Champions League as they finished on top of Group H with 14 points. In the round of 16, they got dumped out by Spurs, eliminated to the North Londoners 4-1 on aggregate. All whilst Kamavinga was playing as a placeholder striker, he managed to coop up 7 goals and 6 assists this season. It was one of their most successful yet. 41 appearances for the 21-year-old, still garnered a +3 boost to his overall. These upgrades are pretty generous considering he only managed 13 goal contributions in 41 appearances though, and I was right all along. He now has every single stat in the greens or above, and now everywhere you look, Marine beams, baby. Consistency is key with the 21-year-old, and he is only weeks away from being converted into a striker. The now £126.5 million man is at a value increase of 56%. Financially, it's all well and good, but his striker development plan, ETA, it is 22 weeks. So at the beginning of season 5, maybe halfway through, we should be able to successfully convert him. It's exciting times here in the Kamavinga camp. He's position fluid. On field, he can do it all. I am finally so ecstatic to announce that Kamavinga is now a striker. He's done it all, people. At 22, the young Frenchman, he's done what no one else could do, and he's now converted to every single position possible with the new training features in FIFA 21. It's achievable, guys. If you just pick the right player, the right age, I think anything is possible with these new development plans. He's a now 91 rated striker with stats like 89 pace, 84 shooting, 88 passing, 94 dribbling, 90 defending, and 91 physical, thanks to the offensive training he's done early in his career. Let's just check up on the rest of his positions. He's one of the world's best. He's really been training as an attacking threat these last 3 seasons, and those are his 4 main positions. His stats and attributes really haven't converted onto the pitch though. Within the 5th season, halfway through, he's only got 9 appearances with 2 goals to his name. Maybe, just maybe, it's due to the fact that he has a high work rate, not really ideal for a striker or an attacking player. The flair and technical dribbler trait really is handy, but once he has a high defensive work rate, you can't teach him to not have it. You know, defending, attacking the whole entire game. He's up and down the pitch, but I guess that's the price we have to pay for salvation when we've been training him as every single department on the pitch. It's been a long 5-season process. We've made progress, and that has been the development plans full in action. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did go on to enjoy, drop a like down below, hit subscribe, turn on those notifications as we are on the road to 100k subscribers before 2021, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.